entering the disturbing world of child influencers. That's always a really touchy subject, I feel. When it comes to the influencing world, to the content creation world. And even, I feel like it even extends to, like, child actors. I feel like that's loops in, and it's very touchy subject as well. And singers as well. You even have people like, what, Justin Bieber and stuff that were just done so wrong in their life as kids, and they didn't get to have like a proper childhood and such. It sucks. It sucks.
Kidfluencing, an $8 billion industry.
8 billion!
Is a 9-year-old model too young? Oh my gosh, there has been so much controversy surrounding this young 9-year-old model.
The child in this case is the product, right?
Yes,
so
that's
when,
right.
when does it end? It's a 24/7 job.
That's
From
sad,
the outside,
dude.
child influencers sometimes look pretty happy and adorable, but in reality, some of them live under
9-year-old model, why is that a thing? Yeah, I feel like it really depends on the circumstances. Like, does the child want to? Obviously, like, there's gonna be brands like kids clothing stores brands that need like models for that. I feel like if it's something like that, if it's done properly and, you know, the kid is safe and it's all that. I mean, I've done modeling when I was a kid. Fun fact! When I was a kid, a very young kid, I think I was like 12, I did some modeling. And it was just like, you know, obviously age-appropriate clothing and everything like that. So I feel like it just really depends on the circumstances and, you know, the safety of the child.
pressure, control, and even fear. And in today's world, it's obviously getting worse. These are the most disturbing cases
It has to be
of child
heavily regulated
influencers,
and
ranked from
monitored.
bad to terrifying. Boram. Boram was just 6 years old, but she already had 30 million subscribers across 2 YouTube channels. And she wasn't just famous, she was rich. In 2019, Boram was allegedly making $3.1 million a month from her videos. That same year, her parents bought a 5-story building in South Korea. The building cost around $8 million US. And it all came from Boram's content. Although Boram was successful, her fans were worried about her. They felt they needed to save her from her parents. But why? Boram's early videos were simple. She did toy reviews and vlogged about her life. In one video, she cooked noodles.
There's like another thing that like aches me or like concerns me. Ara's my favorite model. I'll stop it. Another thing that really concerns me when it comes to like these child influencers is when they're making so much money. I don't know, dude. I really hope these parents are like setting up bank accounts for the kids and giving them like, if I was the kid or if I was the child, the parent of the child, give them at least 50%. Save that money, dude. Like, obviously, yeah, sure, you're doing work, you're uploading and all of that, but don't take all the money. You're not the star of the show. Like, you wouldn't be making that much money without your kid. Oh, so it really saddens me in cases like that where like, you know, the parents take everything. It's fucking greedy and evil.
On a mini stove and ate them on camera. But Boram's
like
parents wanted
jail
more.
time for
More
that type of
views
shit.
meant
So
more
predatory.
money. So Boram's content got edgier. In one video, Boram stole money from her dad's wallet. That made a lot of parents angry. They didn't want their kids picking up bad habits. In another video, Boram pretended to be pregnant by stuffing her shirt with pillows.
It's a
Viewers were
horrible
disturbed. They
mentality.
accused Boram's parents of creating content for shock value. And soon people were asking, was Boram just a kid having fun? Or was she a cash cow? Those videos of Boram stealing and pretending to be pregnant upset a lot of people, and some of them decided to take action. In 2017, a group called Save the Children took Boram's parents to court. They argued that the videos could seriously harm Boram's mental health, and they showed Boram's controversial videos as evidence. The court took it seriously. In the end, Boram's parents were ordered to attend counseling to learn better parenting skills. They also deleted the disturbing videos and issued a public apology. Since then, Boram's content has been more family-friendly, and despite the backlash, she's still one of the richest YouTubers in South Korea. This next kidfluencer was accused of manipulating his viewers. The case even went to court. Ryan Kaji.
Oh my
Ryan
God,
Kaji was
Ryan.
everywhere in 2016.
Dude, I remember this
you've
kid.
undoubtedly seen his face, and if you're a parent who with
His
a
face
kid who
was
watches
everywhere
YouTube,
anytime he
Ryan
went
of
to like
Ryan's Toys
Target.
Review is a face you know really well.
Yeah,
Ryan's videos
Ryan's
were mostly
Toys
toy
reviews. Dude, anytime I would go to Target and like my siblings or like my friends wanted to go into like the Lego section or, you know, anywhere in the toy section, I'd see a section full of toys with his face all over it. It's crazy.
Views. He'd open a box, play with the toy, and share his thoughts, and it made him rich. Between 2016 and 2017, Ryan earned $11 million US.
Holy
Then in
moly!
2018, 19, and 20, he became the highest paid YouTuber 3 years in a row. In just those 3 years, he allegedly made $77.5 million.
My
Ryan
God.
looked like a kid playing with toys on camera, but behind the scenes, Ryan was carrying a burden viewers couldn't see. Ryan started making YouTube videos in 2015 when he was just 3. His mom quit her job as a teacher
That's
to run the channel
insane,
full time. The channel was a hit, but as views increased, so did the pressure. By 2018, Ryan wasn't just a kid opening toys, he was the face of a global brand.
Yeah, dude, imagine you're so young and you have so much pressure and like expectations and all this stress. I feel like at this age, even like if you have your parents running mostly everything, you still like grow up and become more and more like insecure and stressed and like chronic stress, chronic everything, you know? I don't know. I feel like it has to be done in such heavy moderation. Like, let this kid have a childhood. Let him do things off screen and everything, you know?
When I see myself like
It icks me when parents like first instinct is to record everything.
Right here, right here, right here.
His parents signed deals to put his face all over a ton of merch. There were Ryan Toys backpacks,
I hope they
cereal,
asked
and
if he even wanted that,
toothpaste.
but
Success
I feel
meant
like
Ryan was working
at that
all
age,
the
he's still
time.
too
This
young.
was real hard
used
work.
to watch
he had to film
him.
videos, memorize scripts, meet with sponsors, and more. He was
How
doing
old
the
are
kind
you?
of work adult influencers do. But Ryan was still just a kid. Then after all that work, something happened that put Ryan's entire channel in
Is he
danger.
still making
Since
videos?
millions of kids were watching Ryan, big toy brands wanted in. They paid to have their toys featured in his unboxing videos. But nobody told the viewers watching. Ryan would unbox a toy and talk about how amazing it was. But in reality, he was being paid to do that. In 2019, a group called
I'm not
Truth in
surprised.
Advertising figured out what was going on. They realized that 90% of Ryan's videos had some kind of paid promotion. That meant 9 out of 10 videos were ads disguised as playtime. The group filed a
Oh
complaint
my
with the
God,
Federal
that's
Trade Commission.
insane, dude. I've been watching videos on my free time about how like this happens a lot in like the beauty influencer sphere. I used to when I was younger, I used to watch a lot of like, you know, makeup gurus and beauty influencers, and it was such a different culture back then compared to now. Now you'll see like all these influencers just like review it. They make like a video that's disguised as like oh, I'm just reviewing this product I really love, but hidden in the hashtags and like the sea of hashtags, it's like hashtag ad or like partnership. They don't like disclose that it's an ad or a partnership, but they'll hide it. It's horrible, dude. You cannot trust influencers these days.
Ryan's family was in big trouble now.
Ryan Toys Review is
Yeah, I
being
feel like
investigated
that's
by the Federal
really
Trade
fucking
Commission,
illegal, isn't
who's
it?
accused the
'Cause you have to
channel, specifically Ryan's
disclose
parents,
it
of subjecting
very clearly.
preschoolers to ads disguised as toy reviews.
But they weren't just going after Ryan. Since the channel was on YouTube, the Federal Trade Commission also sued YouTube and Google for $170 million. It was a giant mess. To make sure this never happened again, YouTube made some major changes.
And now YouTube is spinning out YouTube Kids, a separate app, which will have much more strict policies around ads, what kind of ads can go in, how they're displayed, how that's all monitored.
YouTube moved all kids content to YouTube Kids, and they added stricter rules around
I remember when they
advertising.
made
Ryan's
it.
World is still one of the biggest channels on YouTube, but it cost Ryan his childhood, because while most
Yeah,
kids
that's
were
so
just
sad,
playing with
dude.
toys, Ryan spent his childhood selling them. This next child influencer was doing something
Horrible.
that's not normal for her
And the fact that
age.
he's
She
still
became a
doing
model.
it. How old is he? I
Christina
wonder.
Pimenova. Christina Pimenova started modeling when she was just 3. By 6,
Holy
she
shit,
was
she's
working with luxury brands like
beautiful
Armani.
child.
By 8, she was on magazine covers. By 9, she had over 2.5 million followers on Facebook.
What
and then
the
she was
fuck?
given a title that followed her for years. She was called the world's most beautiful girl. But the more attention Christina got, the more concerned her fans became. The problem started when
it
Christina's
becomes
mom
concerning because then you're gonna like attract the weirdos.
made a disturbing comment. She said Christina spends 4 to 5 hours a day training for gymnastics. That's more than
What?
most adults exercise. People started
Dude, I don't even spend like, I'd spend like max 2 to 3 hours at the gym when I was like the most active that I was, you know? Even when I was like playing sports, that's fucking insane having a child do that much exercise unless the kid actively wants to participate in gymnastics.
wondering if
she's, like,
Christina
passionate
was
about
being
it?
pushed too hard. One mom posted a photo of her daughter dressed like Christina. At that point, it wasn't just about Christina. It was about the example she was setting. Then there was the title,
Yeah.
World's Most Beautiful Girl. To some people, that was just too much pressure for a 9-year-old.
Just the whole title is too much for me to wrap my head around, let alone a 9-year-old. That's way too much of a
that's
title
horrible,
for a
dude.
9-year-old. And the fact that she's already being hailed as a supermodel, I think is...
I feel like even stuff like that can, like, you risk your child growing up and developing like mental health problems, eating disorders, shit like that. It's fucking sad.
damaging.
Even CBS ran a story on Christina. It was titled, How
break
Young
from my
is Too
PC,
Young
if
to
you
be
need
a
me. Okay.
Supermodel? But as more people complained,
good
Christina's
break.
mom pushed back. To Christina's mom, the problem wasn't her daughter's modeling. It was the people complaining. She responded by saying, Christina
hell?
is just a little girl who's attracting a lot of attention. You must think like a creep in order to see something inappropriate in these pictures. But even if she didn't admit it, she made changes. Christina's outfits became more age appropriate. That was a sign that the
Good.
complaints were heard. And eventually, Christina grew up. Today, she's 19 and still modeling. Most
Holy
child
shit, she's
influencers are
fucking
supposed to be
beautiful.
adorable, but this next one got famous
I
by
hope
getting
she's
on
happy in
everyone's
health, dude.
nerves. Lil Tay. I'm sure you guys have
God,
heard of
the-
this influencer.
Oh.
When Lil
Oh, the Lil Tay situation is sad. Oh, this one's just sad. I don't like this one. This one's horrible.
Lil Tay showed up on the internet in 2018, a lot of people didn't like her.
Yo, what's up? I'm Lil Tay, the youngest flexer of the century.
Lil Tay was annoying for two big
This poor
reasons.
girl, dude.
First, she made videos bragging about how rich she was. She flaunted cash, fancy cars, and mansions. Second, she mocked people who worked hard but weren't as rich as her.
I got a $350,000 chain. Y'all haven't seen this in your lives. I'm richer than all y'all broke haters. Y'all grown men hating on me because y'all broke.
Horrible. I
and
remember
jealous.
when
The
like
crazy
she
part
initially
was
blew
Lil
up
Tay
a few
was
years
only
ago.
9. Her annoying videos made her famous. In a few months, she got 1.2 million followers on Instagram. But behind all the flexing, Lil Tay was hiding an explosive
Wasn't it
secret,
all
and it
fake,
was about
too?
to come out. In May 2018, a video leaked online. It showed Lil Tay's older brother feeding her lines and telling her how to act.
Lil Tay be popping on YouTube right now.
No. You gotta be like more ignorant. You have to be like, oh, Lil Tay out here. Wait, what did he say?
You still irrelevant, like I said last time.
That's when people
That's so
realized
sad,
the truth.
dude.
Lil Tay wasn't a kid acting out. She was being
How
coached.
can you do that to
Lil
your
Tay's mom
sibling,
was
your
in on it
child?
too. The internet found out that Lil Tay's mom was a real estate agent. She used her boss's mansions and luxury cars in Lil Tay's videos. The wealth Lil Tay flaunted wasn't hers. It was borrowed. Once the truth got out, people were furious. Not just because Lil Tay tried to fool them, but because her mom and older brother were using her for clout. After the
Yeah,
scandal, Lil
dude.
Tay's Instagram was wiped clean.
We have a code red. Lil Tay has deleted everything. It's all gone. Lil Tay,
I feel like there's always
Lil Tay's
controversy
gone.
with her
I
happening.
mean, she's there, but all the posts are deleted. All the videos
Like
are
shit
deleted.
popping up, you
At
know?
that point, Lil Tay's absentee dad came in to save her. In an interview, he said, "I do not think a 10-year-old girl should be put in those situations and made to drop out of school so that she can make money for other people. He filed for custody and won. Lil Tay went to live with her dad and vanished from the internet. Everyone thought her influencer days were over, but a few years later, they heard about Lil Tay again, but it was tragic news. In August 2023, this message appeared on Lil Tay's Instagram. It is with heavy hearts that we share the devastating news of our beloved Claire's sudden and tragic passing. Lil Tay's real name was Claire, and the news spread fast.
Lil Tay's loved ones are mourning the loss of an internet sensation. The teen rapper, whose real name is Claire Hope and who rose to fame online in 2018, has passed away.
She was only 14, but things didn't add up. The city authorities had no record of her passing, no death certificate, no police report,
She didn't die, it was
also,
all a lie.
The day after Lil Tay's passing, a Lil Tay crypto coin was launched. Then out of nowhere, Lil Tay popped up on Instagram. She was alive, and she told the world what really happened.
My account was hacked and they had to help me get it back. And the man that did it was my own deadbeat absentee father.
Lil Tay claimed her dad hacked her Instagram and faked her death. Also, he could promote a Lil Tay crypto coin.
So this was his last resort.
The dad did that?
And the next day, he launched, alongside some other frauds, he launched a crypto coin attached to the Lil Tay name.
She said more disturbing things about her dad.
He started a court case to silence me so I could not speak on what was happening and so he could take control over my money.
The spotlight was on Lil Tay again, so she tried to make a comeback by dropping a music video, but it didn't stick. After 2 weeks, the buzz died, and the internet moved on. Today, Lil Tay is almost 18. Hopefully, her days as a child influencer won't mess up the rest of her life. This next
yeah, this video was made right before all the new things that happened recently. Judging by the comments right now, it seems that on her 18th birthday she did start an OF and promoted that, which is like, I as someone who is in the SW industry, I believe that there should be a, like, I don't know, I feel like it should be a little more stricter in the aspect of they should bump it up to you need to be at least 21. Like, if you need to be 21 to drink, you should be at least 21 to do that kind of work, because there's a lot of, like, very predatory people out there. It's fucking disgusting. She dropped it, like, the second of her 18th birthday, meaning that those pictures were also taken before she was actually 18, if we're gonna make assumptions here, you know. It's horrible, bro. It's fucking horrible. And she made, like, what, at least $1 million? It was like between $1 or $3 million that she made the first, like, 24 hours that she dropped the OF. It's fucking horrible, dude. And there's so many people that were like, yes, I've been waiting years for this. You're disgusting, dude. Go get help. That's fucking horrible. I don't know, dude. It's fucking weird. It's weird. It's horrible. I heard that, like, obviously I'm not gonna look into that shit, but I heard that she didn't post any nudity or anything like that, which is good. But yeah, I don't know. The industry is so fucked, dude. There's a lot of fucked things. I hope I hope things get to better for her.
Case wasn't just disturbing.
She made $1 million in 3 hours. Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude.
Jalea was
horrible.
just 7 when she and her siblings started appearing on the YouTube.
Like, I'm all for empowering that type of work, and, you know, I think people who do that type of work are regular people. There's a lot of sweet people. A lot of my best friends, and the sweetest people that I've met, like, through VTubing are people that do that kind of work as well. But when it's instances like that, it's just like, you should wait. That's what a lot of people say. Like, you should wait until you're older. Try other things before you go into work like this. I don't know. It's such a, I feel like it's such a gray area and, like, iffy thing to talk about, you know.
YouTube channel CJ So Cool.
A
They made
horrible,
pranks,
horrible
vlogs,
situation
and
with her.
family content. The man behind the channel was
Anyone
CJ,
who supported
Jalea's
that,
stepdad. CJ's brand was being the
get
wild,
help.
unpredictable
That's all
dad
I
who
gotta
pranked
say.
the kids. But some of CJ's pranks didn't seem funny. They felt mean. In one 2016 video, CJ secretly mixed laxatives into his kids' ice cream. After eating it, they held their stomachs in
What the
discomfort.
hell?
While they complained, CJ just laughed. He filmed the whole thing like it was a joke.
Why
The
would you
prank
do
was so
that to your
absurd that it made
kid?
headlines. But the other videos got worse. In another video, CJ convinced his wife that their kids were kidnapped.
That's not funny.
Obviously, she freaked out. But while she screamed, CJ filmed it as content. In a different prank, he made her believe one of the kids passed away in a swimming pool.
Oh my god,
The pranks were
bro, this
extreme,
guy
but
needs
they got views.
someone-
However, not everything on the channel was this
This
extreme.
guy, I already hate
CJ
him,
also
bro.
posted fun family vlogs.
Hi,
and Jalea
Mia.
appeared in these happy videos.
We got Jada up in the house looking fresh.
I hope it's all
and
scripted.
stars and the threes. What's up, man? How was school? Did you get in the fight? What happened? Any more arguments?
Then in 2022,
What
the
the hell?
family fell apart. CJ and his partner split, and it was a messy breakup. In the end, CJ's partner left with their kids, including Jalea. Viewers thought that was the end of the story, but 2 years later, Jalea came forward with serious allegations. Anyone who saw the channel
Exposing
saw
the tea,
Jalea
bro.
and CJ together. Remember, CJ was her stepdad, but their bond seemed natural like a father and daughter. That's why her accusations were so
no,
shocking.
dude.
Jalea said CJ acted inappropriately toward her when she was younger. To back up her
What the
claims, Jalea
fuck?
shared disturbing entries from her personal diary.
When that day comes and I see him in the casket, I promise you I'll be crying. The tears of joy, all of my anger, sadness, and hate for that man will always stay with me though, till the day I die. I'm just so mad at myself for letting him.
But CJ denied
What
everything.
the fuck?
Jalea
That's
didn't
horrible,
back down.
dude.
On Instagram, she said she wasn't a little girl anymore and that she stood by what she said. Eventually, the case went to court, but it didn't go far. In March 2025, CJ revealed that the charges were dropped. No one knows what truly happened. It's disturbing to think that the girl smiling in those videos could have been suffering behind the
Man,
scenes.
I hope
On the other
she's
hand,
okay.
it's just as terrible to think it could have all been made up. The internet has made it easier than ever to turn kids into content, but when views come before safety, it's no longer entertainment, it's exploitation. And there's no
predatory,
excuse
it's
for putting
exploitative.
fame over their future. Visual Venture.
Yup. Spitting facts like always, Visual Venture. My fucking goat, dude.